Hi everyone. I'm actually gonna go sit. I'm gonna sit and hide and plug my phone in. And I have to sit on the floor and plug my phone in. Oh, how is everyone? I'm gonna plug this in here. I'm gonna tell you about my day. Tell you about my day. Hi, Amy. Oh, where did that come from? Oh, Kimberly. Oh, you're so sweet. I was looking at something else and I looked over and all of a sudden I was like, what was that? Thank you. I also realized my necklace is funny, but I can't fix it because I only have one hand. Okay. Hi, everyone. I see lots of my subscribers on here. It is Saturday afternoon on the eve of Mother's Day. The eve. I am hiding in my hallway. This is my upstairs. And all of my kids, all of them, all of my four sweet children are on the trampoline with we have this awesome young woman who, I think she's 17. And she comes over and she plays sometimes with the kids. So we set it up for her to come today. So she's here for a couple hours and I'm going to talk to you and then I'm going to hide in my room and read for a little bit. I'm going to do Target pickup. And I'm going to tell you, I am going to, once my kids are in bed, I am going to put on, there's this new rom-com with Anne Hathaway. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? My girlfriend texted me about it. And I'm going to make a giant vodka soda with a bunch of lemon and lime. There you go. I haven't had a drink in like 40 days. I was just kind of like on this little health kick. And today broke me into 1,000 pieces. I've like shattered. So I'm going to get all those kids to bed and I'm going to have a giant drink. And I cannot wait. So, hello. Yes, I am human. Kathy, the book club book is going to be so good. So we're reading, it's not Part of Your World. It's an Abby Jimenez book. What one are we reading? It's on my counter downstairs. I don't want to go get it. I'm really looking forward to it. Her books are so good and they're the easiest reads and like you just feel good when you read them. So I can't wait. I'm going to read that. Today was a really hard autism day. And so for context, my son Cooper's 13. He has a diagnosis of severe nonverbal autism. And in so many ways, I have 4 kids. So in so many ways, he is not always the hardest. I mean, my kids high five and like take turns, like your turn. Like, and I didn't get to really sleep last night. And that kind of kicked my butt a little bit. When you just don't sleep. My 5-year-old, he's woke up every night for the past 5 nights. And we don't know why. We're trying to figure it out. And then my daughter was up 2 or 3 times, which is a little bit out of the norm, which is great because we're doing better. But she's like, we're going to do this wake up thing again, mama. So then I took my 5-year-old and went and slept in my 11-year-old's room because he was having a sleepover downstairs in the basement with his buddy. And my 5-year-old is one that sleeps like on your head and then he like pushes his legs on my back. Does anyone have a toddler or a younger kid who sleeps like that? They're like sideways and inside out and upside down. And they like push, I'm like literally like do this. They like push on your back and you never like fully fall asleep. It was just a crappy night. And then had to get up early. I had to do this thing for Kizik shoes, which I was supposed to do yesterday. And it was something that was important to do. So I did that. And then we all left and all 6 of us and went to a jump park. and I keep wanting to call it Vertical Endeavors, but it's not Vertical Endeavors. I've asked Sawyer the name of this jump park 5 times. What is it called? It's in Mounds View. Is it Vertical something? Vertical Zero Gravity. Thank you, Anna. Thank you. And so we rented out the whole thing. So it was just our families from 9:30 to 11. And so all families who have kids with autism, all different ages, all the siblings, and everyone just was in their glory. There was autism everywhere. There were siblings everywhere. There were young adults with autism and kids. And it's just like the most beautiful thing ever. And we do a lot of group parenting because all of us moms and dads have gotten to know each other. So someone guards the door and someone guards this exit. And our kids can just run because we know to be like, hey, Ben, or, you know, hey, Maggie, or just to kind of like stop anyone that's running wild. And it was just a nice morning. And Cooper had so much fun, and it was perfect because Sawyer did laser tag, and there were video games, and the little ones made friends, and it was a really good morning. And then we pushed the limits. So we immediately got in the car, and we drove an hour and a half to do something that an obligation that we had to get done. It was a box we had to check. And we got there and it went well, but Cooper, my oldest, was pretty anxious. And so if you know him, he has a whiteboard and we make lists of things that he wants to do. So it said, jump park. We had to stop by our friend's cabin. So it said jump park 1, cabin lake 2. We were just there for like 40 minutes. And then number 3 was see my mom, who is Cooper's favorite person. So I bet I read that list to him 50 times today. And he's also waiting for this yellow and gray DVD case. Vintage from the 90s. He's waiting for it from eBay. And he wants to have a pool party with his 3 best friends. Dexter, Peyton, and Landon. So I can see this like uptick in anxiety. And in our family, anxiety rules. Anxiety is king. So we were just trying to navigate this and just keep the day going. We got to my mom's and he settled in. And then when it was time to go, we could see that he was pretty anxious. And so it was an hour drive home. And have you guys ever had to pull over and switch seats because the kids are fighting and they won't stop fighting and they won't stop? He's touching me and he's kicking me and blah, blah, blah. And so we ended up putting Cooper in the front with my husband, who was driving, his dad, and just incredibly anxious. He was just incredibly anxious on the drive home. And what that looks like for him is a lot of really manic laughter, a lot of turning the iPad up and down, up and down, up and down, perseverating on a certain sound. And I can handle it, I think, better than Jamie, my husband. His hardest space is in the car with all the kids. And I think he would fully admit that it's his weakness. And so Cooper will do this thing where he'll like just keep like it's like poking the bear, poking the bear, poking the bear, poking the bear. Gail, maybe it is, but these were 3 things that we had to get done. So sometimes that's the thing with life, is that, and I think that's the point of this video, is autism doesn't stop. There's no break. And we have built a life completely around our son. But there are times when neurotypical world has to interact and overlap with the autism world. And these were 3 things that we had to get done. Non-negotiable. Life happens, and we were humbled and reminded just how challenging he can be. I'm like choosing my words carefully because I feel like people are always waiting for me to trip up so they can bite my head off. But it was just an incredibly challenging afternoon. And when we got home, I thought that it would get better. Like I thought that he would reset, but just really hyperfixated on the computer, hyperfixated on the videos. But now he's actually on the trampoline with his siblings and Sophia, and he is really having a good time. I can hear him laugh, and I can hear him just full of joy. And there's two things that I want to say. The first one is, I picked him up one day from school. This was maybe a couple of years ago, and there was a substitute teacher, and she was very sweet. And I said, "Hi, I'm Coop's mom." And I'm like, "How did he do?" And she looked at me and she smiled and she goes, "He did his best. He did his very best that he could in this day." And it have you ever had things said to you that just like, oh, I can hear Cooper screaming. I hope he's just talking. Just shift everything on its axis, like just kind of shift things, and like you see it through a different lens. And I was trying to explain this to my husband today, who was getting so frustrated, rightly so. I said, "Jamie, he's doing his best. I think that this is the best that he can do in this situation. I think he's overstimulated. I think he's tired. I think he needs to be home in his space. And he's doing his very best." Now, he can be doing his, there's two things can be true. He can be doing his very best, and it can be incredibly challenging for our family. So you have to try and navigate it. You literally have to try and just navigate it. And I think my husband's a little bit more black and white than I am. And so we were talking about it, and he was like, "Why can't he just ride in the car? Like, why can't he? He has his iPad, he has his phone. Like, why can't he have snacks and a drink? Like, why can't he just ride in the car? Like, why does he have to make it so challenging for everyone else?" And I don't know. I don't know. Do you ever feel like that? I don't know. I don't know why autism is so hard sometimes. I think we would give our right arms literally to fix it, to make it better, to snap our fingers and just be like, and you know what it really comes back to? What it really comes back to, and I've been writing more about this, and I've been trying to touch on this more in a gentle way. I've had this realization. We've been doing autism for 13 years now, and parts have gotten easier, and parts have gotten harder. We've gotten stronger. Cooper's growing up. He's doing amazing. And yet, life is hard. And the thing that, when my husband and I are at our lowest points, like when we're like sitting, having coffee in the morning, or we're debriefing after a tough day, we'll both say, "We just long for ease. We just long for ease." And I don't know if it will ever be easy. And there is a weight and a heaviness in that right now I feel really heavy. And I just want to just curl up on this floor and cry. Like, what if we can never just have an easy day? What if we never do? And I think people look at us and we seem so happy and we seem so strong, and we're doing it. We're navigating autism. We're kicking butt. I think that Cooper is a success story. He's awesome. Our family is awesome. But if you peel back the layers sometimes, what if we never have easy? Like one day. You know, you think of the things that you do for joy. Let's just say some examples. You go to the beach or on a vacation. The things that the rest of the world do for joy cause Cooper so much anxiety. And what if it never gets easy? I think about it sometimes, a lot actually. I'm 41, my husband's 40, he'll be 46. Our kids are growing up. Like we would give anything to just be able to like go to a restaurant. To go relax somewhere. Yeah, I don't know. I just, it was a tough day. It was a tough day. I have two friends that have adult children like Cooper. One is in his 30s and one's in her late 20s. And both of them, no lie, have recently said to me in different scenarios, autism will always be there. It will always be there. It's like, I don't know. Just a little beaten down tonight. And I think it's important. I'm trying to share. I want to share the secret world of autism with you because it's so much better than I was ever predicted to me when that diagnosis was said out loud. It is. It's so much better. And it's so much harder. Both can be true. And if you're living it, I just want you to know you're not alone. You're not alone. I feel alone. You know, my husband's at a birthday party right now. I was going to go, but I just don't think that Cooper could have been left with anybody tonight. And it's fine because I'm really tired. Oh, Jamie got me this for my birthday. I don't wear a lot of jewelry, but I've been wearing this. Isn't that pretty? Just playing with it, sorry. You know, I would love to go. But maybe it's just not my time. Maybe it's not my time. But it's also been 13 years. So at some point, it has to be my turn. But I guess this is the point of what I'm doing. The reason why I share is because I'm at this point where I'm starting to accept that it might not get better. And that's not a negative sentence. That's a real sentence. So how do I find joy in this hard life? How do we? I don't know. I don't know. Well, tomorrow we're going to go for a boat ride. I'm very excited about that. I think it's going to be a lot of work for me, which makes me feel really tired. But I think it's going to be good. And then, yeah, you just take it day by day. What are we doing for Mother's Day? We're going to go for a boat ride tomorrow. So that's why I did my Target pickup. So I have food to bring tomorrow on the boat. So we can just get up and go. And Mother's Day has really never been a big deal in our home. And you know why? I think there's two reasons. My birthday's in April, so we do something for my birthday. But the other thing is Cooper's never understood things like Mother's Day. And he was our firstborn, so I think that kind of, and then the second part to that is in order for Jamie to take the other kids shopping, which he has, we have to find someone to watch Cooper. So like, there's just lots of layers. Like there's lots of layers. So, amen, Melissa. I know. Yeah, I'm super in the dumps. But we did, we did have a really, really wonderful time at the jump park. A wonderful time. And I saw all my friends' kids with autism that I just adore, that fill my cup. I saw the moms that are my friends. So that was good. And I am going to watch a movie by myself. Okay, everyone, I am going to hop off. Thank you for being here. Supporters, I will do a live in the morning. So I pinned a link above. Let's chat tomorrow morning. I will be there when I wake up. So we'll do a coffee chat. And I will see you guys tomorrow. Okay, good night, everyone. Thanks for being here. Thanks for understanding. Bye-bye.